to decide who is advancing into next season of RLCS. Let's get into it with the commentary. It's Wade, Punk, and Subi. Take it away, guys.
You know, I was looking at the breakplate in between last game and this one, and it had, you know, FNATIC versus Envy and all their stats. You looked at it, you're like, ah, yes, we're at this time in Rocket League where we have like all the big organizations are here, and how cool is that? And but then you remember, this is to get a spot to play in the RLCS. This isn't just an RLCS match. One of these teams doesn't get to qualify here, and they'll have to play against Secret later to earn their spot in the RLCS. And it's just crazy that that's how tight the competition is right now.
Yeah, if you were living under a rock for the past 6 months, like, you could expect both of these teams to be in the World Championship, and here they are fighting for a spot to get into RLCS for next season. Just really crazy. But you brought up the stats that we just did see a few minutes ago, and it's just, you can't really compare them. I think it's apples to oranges. One team in the RLCS, one team in the RLRS. I think this is going to be just so even. I am so excited to watch this.
Absolutely, and Envy has had a rough season, but seems to be on a good playing field right now. But can they take it to FNATIC? You heard them on the desk. There's bad blood between these teams right now. You know the FNATIC Maestro's happy that he's made the right decision as far as which team to be on and stuff after the team Envy kicked him off, and he's not happy about them. He'd love to be part of what knocks them into the rival series, if you could believe that that is something that could happen. So we will see what happens here in our best of 7. First of 4 wins qualifies for the Rocket League Championship Series, and Remco's going to start us off nice and stylish. Envy's on the board.
What a great read from Remco. Those waterfall shots that roll down that back wall. So difficult to read. Maestro not getting the hit, and Remco capitalizing only 6 seconds into this game.
Just 6 seconds, all it took for Envy to take the lead. We'll see if they can hold on to it here. And like last time we saw FNATIC, Snasky the only Batmobile on the field, everybody else driving the standard Octane. See how he uses that long car. Greasy picking up ball control in front of the net, gets it over the top of Maestro, sends it towards the box, towards the goal, but Sicky the play away. Snasky wins a 50-50 in the air and then tries to fall down. Remco to keep it glued to the ground, keep it away from Snasky. Now the transition from Envy. They have it back in the box. No, dear, Sicky's touch is soft, and Devo will punish that one. They weren't able to clear it away, and it's 2-0 Envy.
Sicky not expecting to get a double tap on the ball here. It was a nice clear initially, but then he gets in the way of it, slowing it down, dropping it down right in the paint, and there is Devo to hit that ball right in the center of the net.
Quick goals here from Envious. They are up 2 in the first minute. Greasy and Devo, all 3 players from Envy deep in the orange. Remco falls back. Now Devo falls to the corner to try and cut it. Sicky and Snasky up, playing aggressive shot towards net, stopped by Remco, out towards Devo. He'll add some pace to it. Now Greasy to Remco. Just towards the net, Snasky. Down towards the corner, Sicky sits back around the midfield. He'll be able to redirect this one away from the goal. Get a save for his efforts. Now Devo looking for Greasy, intercepted by Maestro and sent back to the blue corner. Sicky up on the wall will be able to send it towards the net. It's not on target just yet. It'll be Sicky again, rotating back, a lot of space to work with. He'll find Maestro at midfield. We'll try to press it out, get us some offense going.
You know, and what's interesting so far in this match, we're a minute and a half in, and FNATIC is down 2 goals right now, and if this were the rival series, the scoreline would still be tied. They wouldn't be punished for those simple mistakes that they made, but Envy, being one of the best in the world, former world champions, able to capitalize on those simple little mistakes that the FNATIC crew need to be very wary of.
A very different level of play from these world champion level players. Had the rough season, weren't able to put together the run they were hoping for. They started to come alive when it matters most here at the end. Remco put it to the corner towards Devo, and Greasy sits in net. Snasky meets it on the wall. Snasky and Sicky having quite the day on the wall, so they've been playing well. They're able to defeat Team Secret. They might have to play him again if they were to lose here to Team Envy. Now Snasky on the wall, Greasy up with a challenge. He goes into the midfield, and there's Remco to send it towards the box. Sicky's up, but he doesn't make contact. Remco has another opportunity. Maestro gets the save, but the threat is still there. Devo to the corner. will not take the immediate shot, but puts it back in the box, and Greasy keeps prowling, looking for the opportunity to strike.
Envy just going left to right, trying to draw any type of FNATIC defender out of the zone. A little 2v1 break, but Maestro easily putting that back into the corner. Defense is on point in the second half so far.
Maestro down towards the goal. Sicky in the midfield caught it, send it over to Snasky. Now to the back wall. Sicky sits in the corner. Touching the midfield. Maestro has to rotate over to the side. It's a pass Greasy and it'll end up in the box, but Devo off the back wall will be able to clear it all the way down the field. And Snasky on his own back wall tries to play it away. Remco out to Greasy. Maestro the soft tap down. Sicky with the save. And Devo back in to keep the pressure going. It's all up to whether Remco fell backward, moved up to midfield. It fall all the way back, but the clear from the corner took long enough that Greasy was able to rotate back around. Now Snasky to Sicky. FNATIC still looking for that first goal. Opportunities inbound, but Devo sends it over to the side. Maestro's there, kills it down one, looks for the fakes, but doesn't find him. Greasy just tackles him, sends it away, tries to get it through Sicky. At this point, burning time off the clock, really favoring Team Envy.
Yeah, I need to see FNATIC really tighten up in the offensive zone right now. You're continually seeing two players fall back at the same time, giving up pressure left and right. Here comes Snasky, can't win that. Remco pinching it all the way down.
All the way down, it'll bounce high. You won't see any immediate pressure from Envy. They don't need more goals right now. They just need the clock to hit 0. Do not want to fall. Do not want to leave themselves open to a breakaway. So they'll keep that back line strong. The shot from Snasky just high. Greasy Maestro over towards Remco. They'll play it over the top of one. Devo following, adds pace to the ball, sends it into the net. 3-0 Envy.
Great heads-up play from Remco here. Seeing that Devo is cheating up already. Hits it just behind Sicky, so he's got to turn around, and nobody else is home for FNATIC. 3-0 Envy with the lead, only 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, and in this game, it's looking like Envy's just got it all tied up here. All tied up nice and tightly. I was just saying all tied up makes it sound like they haven't even scored. I meant he has it tied up like a present. Like the present's done, it's ready to be delivered.
With a little bow on top.
Yeah, they're saying happy birthday to me. I'll take game number 1, thank you. First on the 4 steps they have to get back in RLCS for next season. You know FNATIC wants to take it from them. We talked about this earlier. FNATIC rarely shut out in the RLRS. Shut out earlier by Team Secret, and now here Team Envy will do it again. 3-0 is the final scoreline for game 1.
FNATIC only dropped 5 total games in the RLRS, so this is a little different for them. But it seemed like once halftime hit, they kind of realized, okay, this isn't the RLRS, this is RLCS. We've been through this before, and after the first 2 quick goals, they held Envy to only 1. The mistakes were limited. I just need to see them tighten up in the offensive zone because the pressure wasn't there. They just would put the ball in and immediately just be put back on the defensive end.
Yeah, and one thing we see commonly in Rocket League is in between games 1 and 2, significant adjustments, and it's oftentimes it feels like game 2 is where the series really starts. So the question is, what adjustments what does Team Envy need to change up right now, or what does FNATIC need to change up rather? Excuse me. Team Envy, obviously what they're doing is working, but they'll obviously be wanting to anticipate the adjustments that FNATIC's going to be making. What are the changes we expect to see from FNATIC?
You've got to expect, if you're on Envy, you've got to expect, 1, they're going to ramp up aggression. You expect every single ball to be challenged, and 2, midfield presence. There was nobody at home for FNATIC the entire time. Like I said, you know, 1 player would push the ball into the zone, and the number 2 and number 3 players were dropping back for boost. They need to communicate a little better. I want to see them, at least 1 player, always contesting the ball. Don't just give it up so easily.
Well, one thing I noticed as well, I think FNATIC had 1 or 2 opportunities, especially there at the end, where they had a goal they could shoot at, but the shot went high or the shot went just wide. And that sort of inaccuracy is something that you can't afford at this level. It was a big part of what their issue was in the play-in that put them in the rival series in the first place. So, you know, they would hate to have that problem show up again. Maestro into the blue corner. Game 2 underway. FNATIC looking see if they can bounce back, get a win here, and tie up the series at a game apiece. Snasky back down. Devo uncontested in the corner. Beautiful clear that ends all the way on the backboard of FNATIC.
There we go. Those are the clears that I want to see from FNATIC. Looking for the team plays. Oh, and a missed jump from Maestro. Looked like he had a nice angle, but Snasky keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, it looked like he feels backflipped man, or Snasky called him off as Snasky came flying in. And he quickly tried to reground himself. Either way, it won't result in a goal. We'll stay scoreless as the first minute expires. Sicky now down towards Snasky. He puts it over the top. He's able to get it above the defenders of Envy, but this one bounces all the way back out. Remco's shot towards net, sent away by Maestro. Uh-oh, now Snasky with a miss. Sicky's soft touch in the middle. Nobody's home in net, but Remco can't find the angle. It'll go back out to midfield, and Sicky wins the 50-50. Now towards the box. Wide, Snasky over the top will wrap it around. Maestro with a kill. Tries to play behind Devos, gets it to Sicky. Now he looks for Remco, but he can't bump him enough. Remco to send it away, and now onto the hood of Devo. He'll go for the dribble plays, try to put it behind Snasky. But the defense will hold for FNATIC, will stay scoreless.
And he was facing backwards, so a great defensive stand from him. Basically putting Devo into only one position. He can only go right, and took away the angle just beautifully. And here comes Sicky looking for Maestro. It looks like they're looking for passing plays now.
Devo to Remco in the corner. Maestro will look for Snasky now. A 50-50 game generally being won by FNATIC at the moment. Something they could absolutely take advantage of. Force those 1v1 situations and give themselves ball control in enemy territory. Right now they're keeping it glued to that back wall as you see all three players from Envy back in our box. Finally Remco moves out, but again, the 50-50 still going in FNATIC's favor here. A miss from Sicky gives Greasy Meister an opportunity. Snasky down to Devo. He'll put it onto the back wall. Leaves immediately, not opting to even attempt the double tap. Now Snasky to Sicky, shot towards nets wide. Devo will follow. Out of the corner, Maestro looking for Sicky. Across halftime, still scoreless here in game two. As we said, game two, almost always a different game than game one. We saw Envy get off to a quick start. The first 6 seconds. Nobody has scored yet, 3 minutes in.
Yeah, and to be honest, this was the type of game that I was expecting for the entire series. It's going to be a stalemate of back and forth action, each team trying to figure out how they can break down and wear down the defense. And it just seems like FNATIC is waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
There was a decent pass that Snasky will put back into the box. Earlier we saw an infield pass from FNATIC, but they weren't able to shoot. That demolition from Greasy Meister opening up some space here. Remco won't have the read, but Devo off the wall will send it back towards the box. Remco looks for the redirect, but Sicky will make contact, send it to the corner, and Greasy Meister now to play it around. The pass out to Devo, the shot towards net, and it will go in. Quick passes inwards, gives Envy the lead.
And they're just bunched up in the corner. Look at all of them. Holding hands is Snasky and Maestro. He gets an accidental team bump, pushes him out of the way, putting everybody out of position. The first goal going on for Envy due to a mistake from FNATIC.
And this is the sort of Rocket League we saw give Envy the world title they got in Season 3. Very, very strong defensive Rocket League, and only taking advantage of specific moments, then falling back onto the defense. Their defensive line has been strong all game, but here comes an opportunity from Sicky, shut down by Greasy. 50-50s in front of your own box, the most important to win. You lose and you'll get scored on. Sicky now to Snasky. Again, the infield pass is wide. The Snasky now set up to Maestro. If he can just softly touch this one, doesn't make contact, and he won't be able to put it into the otherwise open net. And with the final minute here, Envy only up by 1. But in the slow defensive games we had yesterday, those 1-goal wins happened over and over again. We could easily be in a situation for that again. FNATIC, 34 seconds left to tie it up.
And you saw Maestro in the offensive zone. He was on the left side of the ball. He had to try and get to the right. Couldn't get the soft touch, and those soft touches are exactly what he needs to put on the ball. I want to see his accuracy go up a little, and a nice dunk from Devo all the way down the field. Gonna secure this game for Envy.
That just about does it at this point. 16 seconds left. If they got a quick kickoff goal, they might be able to make the comeback, but at this point, Envy looking in a good spot to go up 2 games in our series over FNATIC. You saw FNATIC trying to start to commit on the offense is what they need to do when this time is running out. Meister over the top, Greasy Meister, the critical save. That had gone in. It would have given a moment of hope here to FNATIC, and they're still putting the pressure on, but the saves are coming through, and these lofting balls are spending a lot of time just kind of hanging in the air, just burn the clock straight down to 0. And even if FNATIC's able to put this goal in, which they don't, it's going to be the Team Envy with a victory. 2-0 here. 2 shutouts of FNATIC now in a row.
FNATIC needs to find 1 goal just to kind of take pressure off of them, get themselves in this match. Just feels like Team Envy is playing so patient, realizing FNATIC is eventually going to push forward in the offensive zone and give Envy the opportunity to fast break down the field and wear down the defense from FNATIC. They just don't seem patient back there.
Now, last time we saw a complete shutout, I think it was back in Season 3, denial over NRG. That was the last time we had a team be able to successfully keep the other team from scoring at all the entire series. That was a best of 5. This is a best of 7, significantly more difficult to do. But so far, Envy's kept FNATIC from getting a single goal in 10 minutes. And right now, FNATIC definitely has to change some stuff up. The clears were there, but and the infield pass plays, they were giving themselves opportunities to score, and it was mostly Sicky to Snasky, and the shots from Snasky just going wide of the net, not even putting the shot on target, regardless of where the goalies were.
Well, and it just seems like the goalies are way too comfortable. They're sitting there just waiting for a hit to happen and then playing very reactionary. I want to see, and you're going to hear me say this so much, I want to see some bumps from FNATIC. I've yet to see 1 demo from them, I think.
Yeah, and Envy has been going for a bit of more physical play. Players are getting better at avoiding it. You know, with the autumn update, bumps became more viable, and then they became less easy to pull off. But still, it kind of that simple momentary change adjusted the meta to where players were going for bumps more often, and it's still more common as we head forward in Rocket League. So the players are learning to adjust. We saw yesterday, we talked about it already once today, out of style, like to hang a little bit farther back in the net to avoid those demolitions. But still, that's still a very new thing these teams are employing. So we will see, can FNATIC pull out the bump plays? Because while they're winning their 50-50s, they're just not having the accuracy on net right now.
And it also gives you the ability to kind of tilt your opponents.
Oh, for sure. It's very difficult. What a save from Greasymeister. Not only did he block the shot from Snasky from midfield, but he eliminated the possibility of a follow-up by bouncing it off the post. But now Snasky in again. Pressure from FNATIC. All 3 players deep in enemy territory right now. Snasky will fall back, but all 3 players from Envy over in the corner as well. So peculiar positioning here. And Devo and Remco, a double commit with no threat. Looking like they're feeling panic, but oh, look at Greasymeister. Pass to Sicky over the top. Be able to get that one through him, but still, Greasymeister buying a bit of space for Devo and Remco to breathe for a moment and then proceed forward.
You brought up the panic from Envy, but it's calculated panic. It doesn't matter because the shots aren't there. The accuracy is yet to be found from FNATIC. You see all 3 pushing forward, and Snasky thankfully getting that away from Devo.
Greasymeister now into the midfield. Trying to play it past Maestro. Former teammates here, Remco, Greasymeister, and Maestro. Formed the Northern Gaming roster way back in the day. Originally known as We Dem Girls. Many of these players have been on teams together. Remco shot towards net is high, and it bounces. It's still halfway in the net. Maestro gets the save, but Greasymeister in a position could possibly put it through, but Snasky follows along, and his wall of a car will send it away. Dodging a bullet will stay scoreless.
Great team save there from FNATIC. Both players getting that ball out of the net and then popping it high enough so that Envy couldn't make a play on it. Still tied, 3 minutes remain. FNATIC unable to find a mark. Snasky with the only available shot in this game.
Remco to Devo, shot on net is saved again at the goal line. Greasymeister comes in and tries to play it slow, and he does so, able to bait out the defenders and send it through. Envy's on the board.
Things always taste better when they're low and slow, and the bait coming through Greasy affords the respect given to him, and just a beautiful shot way up high. No defender able to get up there.
Approaching halftime here, Envy with their 6th goal straight in this series. No answer yet from FNATIC. The pinch from Sicky and Devo goes in the midfield. Now Maestro shot downfield. Remco can't get the save, and Maestro finally ends the drought. FNATIC is on the board.
Finally, a sigh of relief for FNATIC. They know that the goal is open for business. Maestro all the way from downtown midfield sees no one home and just flings it.
And they tie it up. First time we've seen FNATIC score. You know it's got to be a nice energy boost for them. That is possible. There is a weakness here on the defense. And they can shoot. Going back towards the box. Devo will send it away. Remco sits in net behind him. Will have to challenge Snasky over the top of one. Greasy to follow and meet Sicky. Now Remco a 150-50 down the field. Snasky the last one back. Plays a pass one and over to the side, forcing Devo to take a longer path to get to the ball and give his teammates time to get back behind him. But it pinches in the middle. Greasy Meister drops a shot towards the net. It's off the backboard, and Sicky doesn't make contact. Remco upper 90 misses. Second upper 90 we've seen for Remco. It has just been barely wide. Now Sicky over to the side. Greasy Meister pass one. And this is a win, a critical one here for FNATIC. If they were to lose this game, they would be on match point. The shot from Remco saved by Sicky, but the threat still possible here from Envy. Greasy and Remco not necessarily on the same page about what they're trying to do here, but the patience will pay off right now as Devo's got it back to Greasy Meister in the middle. He'll look to put it back in one more time and follow it himself. It's wide of the goal, unable to turn it in.
It's time for FNATIC to start calming down. You're seeing the panic show itself in the defensive zone. You're seeing the panic, especially we saw a 2v1 break and they turned the ball over. They didn't try for a pass. They didn't try for anything creative. They're just giving themselves quick shots on net, which is not working.
Being tasked with reverse sweeping Envy in a best of 7 is not something anybody wants to have to do. So FNATIC, again, a critical game for them to win here. And it's the first one they've had a really good shot at pulling off. They've got it tied up at 1 apiece in the final minute, but this ball is spending so much time in their box. Sicky will clear it out to midfield, but Devo right there, taking it away from Maestro. Remco and Greasy, bit of a double commitment here. Sicky down the field, but might be able to get there. Can Devo get back in time to clear it away? No, he will not. Sicky, the recognition of the double commitment, punishes and gets the first lead for FNATIC.
The recognition of the double commit and also the recognition of the position from Devo. Seeing him far left, he puts that as far right as possible while still keeping it in between the posts. FNATIC looking at a lead for the first time today.
Can they hold it? 38 seconds left. Only up by 1. Maestro could possibly make it 2 here, but he can't get the second touch as the first one was high. Greasy and Devo in their own corner to play it out and pass Sicky. It's just Maestro in the back versus Remco. He'll get the first touch, just go for the outright tackle, and he gets it away. And now over the top. Try and play through. Just 20 seconds left here for Envy. Greasy Meister behind 1. Devo back to Greasy, and he'll look for Remco in the midfield. A touch from Sicky will send it away from Remco, but Devo still got it moving down and into enemy territory. Greasy hanging back as it comes over the top here into the corner. Remco out to Greasy. There's a lot of space given on this ball here. Devo puts it up, but I think Greasy's low on boost, and Remco's not in a position to keep it up. FNATIC gets a win. They will not be swept, and they will not be shut out. They take game 3.
And we officially have a series on our hand. No sweep, which is always good, especially in the upper bracket. One of these teams going to be moving on to RLCS, and what better way than a hard-fought battle. I love seeing Snasky with those 2 assists. Looks like his accuracy isn't there today, and I think maybe he's realizing it, and he's turning himself into that 2 position where he's going to try and set up the 1 and 3.
Absolutely, and be able to help out his team here and give them that victory. So now moving into game 4, Envy had a very strong hold on games 1 and 2. Struggled here a bit in game 3, which definitely was the most even game we've seen so far. They started off with the lead and then only conceded 2 goals. Very low scoring game here. But Envy now in a situation where they need to figure out what was it that FNATIC was doing to us in this game. What can we change? What can we adjust? And how can we be able to get back on that win streak? If they win this next one again, they're 1 game away from having them on match point, which is just such a good place to have because it puts all the pressure on FNATIC.
I think that's so much easier said than done. Like, this team is so good at recognizing change on the field. Envy is, and FNATIC seems to not be reading it as fast. So I expect to see Envy tighten this one up. This is going to be a lot closer than Game 3 seemed. It seemed like FNATIC was in control. They were controlling the midfield, constantly putting pressure on. But I expect to see Envy ramp it up right now.
Yeah, the pressure was pretty even. You had 10 shots to 8. Very, very kind of split up power there. But the ball spent so much time in the FNATIC box. And they really do need to be able, for me to feel comfortable that FNATIC has a hold on a game, I think they need to be able to keep the ball out and more at the midfield, and a demo immediately comes out. The thing that you said would be the problem solver for FNATIC. Envy says, hey, we got scored on. Let's start going for the demos and see what happens. Hey, immediately works.
Yeah, can I do that? Sure, anybody can do that. And look at Maestro just sitting there no hope, no chance, not even a prayer will save him there. And Envy striking first in this game number 4.
I just find it comical that you're like FNATIC. And you got to go for the bumps and demos. The bumps and demos weren't really a big part of them getting the victory there in game 3. But then in game 4, when Team Envy says, oh, we just lost a game, they immediately go for the bumps and demos, and it immediately pays off. Again, they have it in the box once more. Siki gets a clear, but nobody else is really home on the defense. Maestro has to rotate back around. He's got Remco right in front of him, and now through. Siki down the field. Greasy Meister had rotated back. Be able to pop this one high and looks to bump Siki, but doesn't find him, so he keeps this pressure on for just a moment longer. Bounce past Snasky. Maestro into the corner. Now Devo. Past Siki. Flying to try and get the midfield defense. Crazy Meister now into the corner. Devo to rotate in. Remco falling in behind him. Not expecting the pass, expecting the loss 50-50. As again, I think in general, it's been back and forth, but in general, the majority of 50-50 is being won out here by FNATIC. The 1v1 plays are still really going in their favor. They have not found a way to really effectively use those to their advantage. Devo and Remco here together. They'll push it through Maestro, the 1v2. And Siki looking for Greasy Meister. First time I've seen them actively going for a demo. First time I've observed it. Devo now falling, looking for Siki again. He had to jump up, which means it's clear. It's less than ideal, but the pass comes back in. Remco respecting Maestro and net falls back instead of looking for the shot. Maestro and Snasky tangled up on top of each other, and Devo says, thank you, I appreciate it, 2-0 Team Envy.
Those are the simple mistakes that we were talking about in game number 1. Just a simple breakdown in communication. Snasky and Maestro holding hands right there at the corner of the net. And Devo just sliding in and saying, hey, thank you very much for that.
And Devo not going to miss an open net. A slow rolling ball. 3:05 on the clock. And Team Envy right back to how we were in games 1 and 2. Ball going behind Remco. Greasy moves up. Snasky over the, or Siki over the top rather. Devo a shot towards net, and he puts it in again. The accuracy from the world MVP. This guy so strong, and he's got Envy up by 3 right now.
Yeah, FNATIC really wanting a goal so badly that they're putting 2 forward, and only 1 man back was caught in the corner, and Devo recognizes it, puts a quick shot on net, and there they go. 3-goal lead just over halftime.
The largest lead we've seen in the series was 3 goals. That was back in game 1, and now they've tied it again. Continuing to put the pressure on here. Devo to pass out to Remco. He's over the top and puts it in. 4-0 now for Envious as they are running away with game 4.
Where is the defense from FNATIC? Just a ton of miscommunication. Just doesn't seem like they're on the same page right now. This is not the team that we know and love from the RLRS, and I want to see them come in hard for game number 5.
And the kickoff game has been seeming to go in Envy's favor. This one going to be won out by FNATIC, but that last one, just the kickoff positioning not where they needed to be here. Maestro has an opportunity to open net, and I have no idea where Envy thought they were going to go with this. Maestro will punish.
And looking like FNATIC saying, hey, you guys can score 4 goals and a half. We can do the exact same thing. Just a ton of sloppy play right there in the box, but hey, you got to get them while you can.
Yeah, Devo and Remco on the double commit, and Siki wins the 50-50 in the air, and that will give them a goal. Still down by 3, but just past halftime. They can make it 2 right here if Maestro could put it in. The 4-goal comeback, extremely difficult to do, but it has happened before. Ball going into the middle field. Maestro over the top. All the way down. Devo able to make the save. And Maestro another shot, puts it in again. And now with 2 minutes remaining, only down by 2. FNATIC starting to mount the comeback.
And you saw the bump come out from Snasky, and I can't believe the save was put on that ball. I thought Siki made a terrible decision to peel off and not put any pressure on, but thankfully Maestro was there for the cleanup, and this lead is cut down to 2.
Maestro and Devo carrying their teams in their respective roles. Can Maestro keep it up? But you got to do it at least 2 more times. His teammates can set him up. Greasy to Devo. You're up on the offense. Pops it up onto the wall. Maestro plays it across. Looking for the boost start and then falling back. Devo will rotate around. Greasy not making much of a contact now. Devo neither. As Remco and Net has to make the play here, and he'll just stay on the ground, let the ball fall in front of him and win that 50-50. Now a dunk as well. Snasky upfield can find Sicky. There's a player in net. It'll be Devo who sends it away. The pace really picking up here as the ball flying around the pitch. Multiple shots on both ends. Greasy Meister the flick over the top. He needs somebody to help him out. Snasky comes in to interrupt Remco's shot, but Devo's still a threat as he puts it back up onto the wall and back into the box. Gets a demolition as well. Getting physical, but his teammates are both falling back. Now Remco with the steal. Don't think he has any way to interact with the ball now as he falls back. Snasky dribbling this one slow. Remco and company here in Team Envy have burned an entire minute off the clock. We're in the final minute, and they're still down by 2.
Yeah, still plenty of time for FNATIC. As long as, you know, they can get a goal with about 20 seconds to go, they give themselves a fighting chance, but they do want to find it soon. They don't want to have to try and scrounge for a boost, look for extra time, because they're not going to find it.
Devo into the orange, but Sicky has it back out. Greasy Meister to Remco. As long as they hold on to this ball control, they can run time off the clock, and Devo, a critical touch to get it past Snasky so he couldn't score the breakaway. Meister now over the top of Sicky. Again, like we saw earlier, long lofting balls, the best way to burn time off the clock. The longer you can get the ball just to hang in the air with nobody challenging it. We'll hit that final 10 seconds. Greasy Meister, you can see him doing it there, just going for the air carry. It just burns so much time in the ball. With 4 seconds left in the orange corner, not going to happen in the comeback. They started to mount, but FNATIC will be on match point. Only 1 win to their name as we move into Game 5.
And FNATIC in unfamiliar territory with a May drop down and lose a series. This is not like them. This is not the team that we have seen in the RLRS, and I don't know what's going on. It just seems like mistakes are plaguing them, and they're used to simple passing plays to cut through RLRS defenses. Well, Team Envy is an RLCS team. They've seen this so often. It's so easily read, and you know, I've watched Devo in net multiple times where it looks like a shot's going to be put on net, but instead FNATIC goes for a pass, and he sees it coming all day long, and he's just planning his wheels, waiting for the second touch, and the shot comes, and easy save. Has it
Absolutely every single time. And here at FNATIC, the last time we saw them take a loss on the RLCS platform was the play-in against Team Secret, formerly I think it was Emotion was the name they were going by before they got picked up. So that was the last time they've known defeat, going 7-0 in the RLRS, and they are 1 loss away from taking another one here and having to go down to face Secret once again.
But that would be a pretty cool storyline.
Pretty crazy.
That would be sweet. I wouldn't complain too much about that, but I do want to see Game 7. I love Game 7s.
They would have to do quite the magnificent comeback here if they wanted to pull that off. Because right now they are down, but they've only gotten 1 game. They have to win 3 straight now. But still, absolutely anything can happen here. And what have been decently close games the last 2, except for, you know, Envy ran out to a lead there. But then we started to see FNATIC come back, and Game 3 looked pretty good. So can they make the magic work again? And you said it before, we're still waiting to see physical play from FNATIC. And Envy made that work to their advantage in Game 4. And one thing I haven't really seen from FNATIC is them really using that 50-50 game that they're so strong with. Develop the pinch in the middle here. Goes back towards the box. Greasy Meister in a threatening position, but Sicky will play it over the top of him. Snasky with a clear. Maestro and Devo, neutral 50-50. Sicky will look for Maestro, but he gets bumped in his own corner. Now Devo over the top. Snasky came flying in, but he was able to pop it over the top of him before he made contact. Maestro towards the box. Remco comes in off the wall. Good choice by Maestro. Shooting at the open net. This one goes behind Greasy Meister, but still rolls wide. Snasky not quite there to finish it off on the far side.
But I do like how he continued to put pressure on that ball, realizing Maestro was very far back, was getting boost, and they've got to cover the net so well. This is the match they need to win.
They have to win this one, or they drop down to the lowers, and Envy qualifies again for RLCS. Match point here for FNATIC. A double commitment in goal. Maestro to try and drop it back into the box softly to Snasky, but the ball goes very high. So it's just Remco in net. Sicky with another opportunity will put onto the backboard. Snasky airborne, sends the shot high once more, and this one bounces underneath Sicky. Maestro will look to try and carry it. He's already tried to do this once this game, and it didn't work, and this time it will be the same, going back away. Sicky with the 50-50, going back towards the box, but there's Devo uncontested, all the way back down and into the orange.
There we go. FNATIC's taking away the long clear game of Envy. Envy's going to have to try to turn for those short small ball plays, and they haven't had to do that just yet in this series. Let's see if that can change things up.
Devo back to Remco, and this one bouncing in a dangerous position. Greasy Maestro will be there first to be able to carry it away and flick it over the top of Maestro. Snasky now towards the net. Remco plays it high. Sicky comes in with one more. This one is dropping in a dangerous spot, but Remco able to play it away, straight down onto the hood of Snasky, and he puts a goal in. FNATIC's got the lead.
And good heads-up shot from him. Seeing both defenders are coming down from the air, he puts it straight on the ground, rolls it in just like some nice bowling skills on display. 1-0 for FNATIC. They needed to open this game up.
Sheet up for FNATIC, but the first kickoff going high onto the wall. 2:45 approaching halftime. FNATIC with the 1-goal lead. Only game we've seen them gain a lead in, they were able to win, so can they hold on here? One more goal would help secure it. Remco sends it in the midfield, Maestro uncontested, sends it towards the backboard. Greasy up high, Snasky over the top and onto the backboard, could possibly double tap this in, but Remco's there just to send it away. I don't know if Snasky was going to make contact either way. And slow transitions right now from MV, giving time to FNATIC to fall back and game boost and reposition themselves. Remco looking for the mind game in boxes. He was given a lot of space there. They won't find it. Maestro moves out in the one roll. Greasy Maestro straight towards the net. Snasky's able to rotate over and send it to the corner.
Looks like we're trading those long clear for long clears, but a little breakout play for FNATIC right now. Good bump from Maestro.
Ooh. Sicky gets it between two. Greasy Maestro moves up to challenge and does so effectively. Winning the 50-50 enough to send it only to his own corner. And the Remco to Devo infield pass, it was a good decision moments earlier, but Devo unable to make the shot and actually played it back over his own shoulder. The shot towards net cleared by Snasky. Remco in again, puts it up high. Greasy Meister already airborne to try and drop it down softly into the box. Snasky gets a clear, but Devo's there and sends it back in again, wrapping it around. Not much offensive pressure in regards to, Maestro sending it from the midfield. That 50-50 win gonna go in 2-0 now, FNATIC.
What a dunk at midfield. Good read by Maestro, seeing Greasy was going to his right, so Maestro goes to his left, cuts off every possible angle and fires it into the net.
The one thing we're seeing from FNATIC a lot, I feel like they're able to get the ball into the box and keep it back in the box a lot, but they're not getting a lot of consecutive shots. They're getting consecutive passes. They're putting it onto the backboard pretty consistently, but they have not been able to put meaningful shots on target and force the defenders to make a save. Greasy Maestro again onto the backboard and onto the backboard once more. Remco now moving in and he'll put it over the top of Maestro. The nice soft play. Envious is on the board.
Oh, I definitely thought they were not going to capitalize on that one. Nice double tap from Greasy to pull out an extra defender, and then Maestro going for the touch, but the ball wasn't quite hit yet, and Envy finally on the board in game number 5.
With 1 minute remaining, another goal would send us to overtime. Envy still could possibly finish this off in 5 games, but they do have to get at least one more goal to give them that shot. Taking the lead, Greasy Meister now out towards Remco. Pops it high, Maestro's there. And that stalling the ball in the air thing that we were saying that Envy was doing last game, FNATIC can easily do that right now. One more goal would make them feel more comfortable for sure. At this point, a win is a win. Sicky moving up, he'll look for his teammate. Doesn't find him, but he could possibly do it himself, interrupted by Devo. Snasky now up, dropping it towards the box once more. Remco out towards Devo, and this time a quick transition down. Remco with a savior medal here in game 5. Remco looking for the drop down to Greasy. It's right there in front of the net. Devo goes up and gets the soft touch to drop it back down, and the demolition comes through. The clutch play at 3 seconds to tie the game.
Just smart play coming through. Devo getting the nice touch, and Greasy seeing only one defender, comes in, takes him out, and ties this game up.
One of the most clutch demolition goals I've seen in a long time, and Devo's choice to just get the ball as soft as possible so he'd have a chance to put it in the net. And right now he could possibly dribble this one in, but it will not happen. Overtime in game 5, FNATIC needs a goal to stay alive.
This would be FNATIC completely dropping the ball if they lose this game. They were up 2-0, and looks like Envy coming back with a minute and a half to go and are on fire right now.
Oh, the ceiling shot, the squishy muffin premiered. And now we see Devo, the premiere of the double tap from season 3. Nearly clinching the spot in RLCS for Envy here. An open net, Devo sends the shot. Maestro rotated in, sends it away. FNATIC with the backs against the wall. Do not want a simple mistake to be what forces them to have to play another best of 7 against the grudge match of Team Secret. Greasy Meister making a save. Snasky puts it back in the box. Remco's there, plays it out towards Greasy. Interrupted by Maestro. And Devo trying to play it over the top, but Maestro making significant plays. Snasky again, and Sicky's touch will now go over to the corner. Ball back in from Maestro. FNATIC really putting the pressure on Greasy, just the softest touch to get it over Sicky, but Snasky's 50-50, sends it to the far side. Both teams reset. 50-50 again, one out by Maestro. The 50-50 is just so much in FNATIC's favor.
Yeah, and thankfully there, the ball was cleared just far enough so all 3 members of Envy could boost back up. They were so low, each one trading boosts, and that is close.
Maestro puts it through on the double tap. Will go to game 6 after 1 minute and 27 seconds of overtime.
Oh, and they were putting on the pressure as well. 15 shots on the board to Envy's 7. That is exactly what they need to do if they want to win. They have to at least try to double the shots from Envy.
They have to keep this one away. So close to blowing that lead, but they are able to pull it off. And so far, Envy, they scored first, they've gotten the win, but FNATIC, when they've scored first, they have gotten the win. They've only scored, well, I take that back. I was about to say they've only scored in games that they have won, but they did score 2 in the last in game 4, which they didn't lose. So that was a silly thing I was going to say. That was not true, so we're not going to say it. Didn't say it.
Liar.
Didn't happen.
Did not reverse, erase. It's
absolutely.
Okay, we're back.
Game 6 inbound now, and the task for FNATIC becoming more reasonable here. If they are able to get this win in game 6, it just comes down to the critical game 7. I mean, that's how best of 7s work, but still, for Team Envy, it's just right there. It's so close. If they could possibly have gotten that goal there, they had so much pressure there at the beginning of overtime and couldn't quite put it in. Oh man, what a series.
It is fantastic so far. Even if it does end right now, I'm content with that. It's been great, and we have seen greatness from FNATIC, and that's important to me. Just coming from the RLRS, that is a tongue twister.
Been a tongue twister.
I'm just saying rival series from now on. But just seeing them grow, and they did grow in the rival series coming into this, and they've grown throughout this match as well. It's just a very exciting thing, and the pressure that they were putting on that game, if they can bring it to game 6, we're going to have a close one on our hands.
This is going to be quite crazy. Moving into game 6 of our best of 7. Can FNATIC send us to that critical single game for a spot in the championship series? Devo over to the side. Initial kickoff. One out in the end by FNATIC. And now we see Envy with an opportunity to offense. Just a single player movement into enemy territory. Devo to set up Remco. 2 players on the wall now with Snasky back in net. Greasy Meister pass 1 and pass 2. Sends the shot towards the net, and Snasky has to pop it high. Sicky and Maestro need to play this one away, and they don't really get it out of the box. Greasy Meister can still put it away, but Snasky with the long car able to get up in time. Devo now in front. Remco looking for the shot and the breakaway down. Greasy Meister falling back in time. Played away, will stay scoreless.
And they finally all boost back up. You see them pushing forward as well. They dealt with that nice onslaught of shots very well. And it looks like FNATIC's going to push down the field and start offense for themselves.
Snasky able to steal the boost away from Greasy Meister. And he will have to play some defense a little bit low in the tanks. Devo able to get out to midfield. Remco up to help him out. Looking to possibly read Sicky, but he keeps the ball down. Greasy Meister now out. Devo up. Backboard uncontested again. Snasky will play it off the rebound. And a double demolition from Devo. It's just Snasky and net as Remco puts it up high and double taps it down. Snasky makes the save, but is still in a threatening position. Look at the defense from FNATIC. All by himself, Snasky was able to hold on.
The double tap was nice, but Snasky's save even prettier. Coming through and retaining this tie ball game. 1.5 minutes has gone by, and this is elapsing exactly how I predicted. Envy coming out super aggressive. FNATIC looking at the defensive end all game long so far.
Well, and that's that awareness from Snasky. Both of his teammates demolished. He immediately turned around and went to net. He knew he had to play defense in that moment and just buy time for his teammates to respawn. And they keep us here tied up. To say tied up when they haven't scored feels strange. Scoreless, I guess is the best way to put it. We're approaching halftime and nobody has found the back of the net.
So far, Envy the only one that's putting on true shots on net. They haven't had to play defense just yet, but it's looking like one going on, and Maestro able to get the save.
Just carry it out, use the crossbar a bit to help him out. Gets it away. Devo with the challenge in the midfield, it'll die. Greasy Meister, 50-50 still neutral, and Sicky will get an uncontested touch towards the net. Remco with the save. Remco doing a lot of work on the back end, allowing Devo and Greasy to be more aggressive throughout the duration of this series. Greasy Meister off the wall, towards the box. Played off the wall, off the touch from Maestro. 3 players in the corner right now for FNATIC, 2 up on the wall. Maestro makes the clear. They'll space back out. Greasy Meister with a lot of space. He'll look for Remco. He'll put it on the back wall, and then waterfalls down. Shot from Sicky towards the net. Remco puts it high. Sicky could possibly do another one here, but Devo helps him out, sends it to the corner. And 1:45 left here, approaching the final minute of Game 6, and nobody has scored. The defenses have held.
But this is FNATIC's way to play. They didn't score any goals so far in this series outside of 3 minutes. They are a second half team, and that's when they start to warm up. Snasky getting dirty in the box, removing the goalie, and Maestro threading the needle.
He got the bumps here. And just look at him go through, and just one, I think he got 2, and just piles them up in the corner. And as we've said before, FNATIC, if they've scored first, they've won so far in this series. 1:23 left to go for Team Envy, who have managed to tie it up and send it to overtime before when FNATIC had the lead. It's still FNATIC got that win in Game 5. They will have to do what they have not done before in this series. And Sicky with the double tap. He's been looking for it like all day. Finally finds a 2-0 FNATIC.
Just watch it, breathe it in, soak it in. Right like that. That is a professional Rocket League player at his finest.
He is a professional. He gets it past the guy that was up and then playing it off to the side too. Keep it away from Remco. 1:09 on the clock, and now down by 2. Things much more difficult for Envious. And Game 7 looking inevitable at this point. Stevo plays it back into the orange. Needs a goal quickly here in the final minute. Greasy Meister off the wall, down towards Snasky. He plays it out over the top of Remco. He lost it, but burning time is not going to help him at all. Devo back out. Remco in the 1. Plays it across, and Greasy chases. Able to get it past Sicky and past Maestro. Could possibly put this in the net, but Maestro, again, the use of the crossbar on defense, helping him out, and Snasky, a savior medal for him as he held off Devo. And with 30 seconds remaining, that basically did it here for Envious. They needed that goal right there. The defense for FNATIC most likely gonna hold here, and we will see a Game 7.
Playing perfectly in the lead, long, slow, high clears down the field to take precious seconds off of the clock. And look at this, the possibility of FNATIC absolutely holding Envy to a goose egg.
Be able to put that one away, and do they get it? Yes, they do. The shutout here. 2 shutouts for Envy in this series, but now FNATIC answers with one of their own, and it sends them to the game they needed most. Game 7 here for a spot at the RLCS.
I ran out of room on my paper here.
Yeah, no.
How am I supposed to take notes now? These guys are just putting way too many shots on the board, way too many goals. But nonetheless, what a matchup between these two teams. It looked like Envy was going to come in and sweep FNATIC, but FNATIC finally waking up, showing that not only are they a second half team, but you give them a little bit of room, they're going to take it.
Yeah, absolutely anything can happen here between these two teams. And man, my goodness, just the way that they finally, I love seeing Sicky. I feel like they've been going for the backboard plays over and over again. Both teams have been going for backboard plays. So to finally see a player successfully pull off the double tap here just felt good no matter who it was.
Well, you saw it in games 1, 2, and 3. You saw Sicky and Snasky both going up and attempting it and just wildly off. Like the accuracy wasn't there, but it just seems like like an archer missing their mark, just honing in and finding that bullseye. And now both of these teams are warmed up. Game number 7 is going to be an absolute barn burner.
Yeah, and whoever loses this game has to drop down and play another best of 7 against Team Secret. And it's just such a drain to know you were 1 game away from getting the win, and you had to then play another at least 4 games, possibly 7, you know? So for both these teams, there is so much, it is so worth it to get the victory here. And FNATIC would love to avoid having to play Team Secret again. It would be cool, it would be poetic for them to get their revenge by putting Team Secret into the rival series. You know, they would love that, but they'd also hate it if Team Secret was able to knock them back into the rival series. How just tragic would that be for the FNATIC fans? So we will see, can they do it here? Can Team Envy finally, after 7 games, clinch their spot in the RLCS finally?
They don't want to see Secret. That would just put a ton of pressure on them that they don't want and don't need. They want to finish it out right here, right now, and get themselves back in the RLCS.
A good start here from FNATIC. Maestro puts it in. The team passes were there, and the defense was missing. And FNATIC, they haven't lost yet when they have the lead.
Wore him down. Remco totally expecting the shot from Sicky, but Sicky purposely going off of the backboard, drawing one defender out, and just like that, Team FNATIC on top.
We've had no lead changes so far in this series. We've had teams gain the lead and then tie it, but never be able, but the team that gained the lead always ended up winning the game. So Envy again, faced with having to do something that they haven't managed to pull off yet. Remco towards the box, Snask coming off the wall. He just lofts it in a dangerous position. Devo comes flying in, but Maestro will be able to clear it away. Gets it past Greasy Meister. Remco's there, rotates in. Quick transition downfield, looking for the block. They'll keep it in the orange. Greasy Meister slowing it down. Snasky falls back, respecting the positioning of Greasy Meister. Now Devo on the wall. Looks for the boost starve. Falls back. Devo in the midfield. Shot towards net. Remco looked to add some pace, but Snasky has the block, and Maestro back into the blue. 3:30 left on the clock. 1-0 FNATIC. In the critical game 7, winner moving into the RLCS.
Envy really wants to score soon. They realize how much of a second half team FNATIC is. And FNATIC with the first goal in this game, and their first one outside of 3 minutes, like I was saying, it must feel good for them to have this lead and know that they can hold on to it.
Remco past 1. Meister able to read him and send it away. Now back down the field, over to the side. For Remco, who keeps it in the corner. Now the slow play over the top of Maestro. Sicky with the read, pops it up. Devo now with a long shot. Snasky wins the 50-50. Or avoids it in general, but misses the ball in the corner. Now Maestro into the middle. Remco will play it out, but he outpaces himself, outpaces his whole team, and Sicky will just play it back into the corner. Approaching halftime here. Envy still struggling to be able to put together a successful offense. Opting to shoot mostly from midfield. The vast majority of their shots coming from that midfield line, and they've all been easily defended so far by FNATIC.
Yeah, generally, if you are trying to work offense and you're shooting from midfield, you're not going to score a lot of goals, especially if all 3 members are back on defense. You got to try and change things up, put the ball into the corner, pull the defender out, go for small ball plays, but the simple shots from midfield not going to work against this FNATIC defense.
Greasy Meister over the side, now Devo into the corner. Remco. Take the shot, but blocked away. Went wide. Now Remco out to Greasy Meister. 50-50 again. One out by Sicky. All the way to the box.
Devo actually hit Sicky into the ball there.
Greasy Meister and Devo back on defense. Struggling to break out of their own half. 1:40 left to go. And FNATIC looking more and more likely to do the incredibly unlikely, winning the 3 games straight, 5, 6, and 7. Right now, 5 and 6 in the books, and 7 poised for victory. 1:20 left on the clock. Remco bumped high by Maestro. But that one goal margin, so critical, and you will definitely see Envious if it stays here, getting more and more aggressive. The shot towards net, blocked away, And now off to the races. Remco will be looking for Greasy Meister in the middle. He'll take for the pass, but Siki interrupts. Maestro was up as well, but he'll be able to fall back down, take the shot. Devo quickly turns and gets the save. And in the final minute here, still the 1-goal lead for FNATIC.
Yeah, FNATIC with that 1-goal lead, and I can tell you one thing, do not expect to see them take the boot off of the chest of Envy. They're not going to allow them to breathe, and there it is. Snasky keeping the pressure up and putting the second one on the board.
Snasky securing the victory here. 47 seconds is all they have to hold off. We've seen Envy has come back from being down in 2 in this series, but it wasn't with 47 seconds left. They had significantly more time to work with, and it's looking more and more like FNATIC will finally do what they tried to do months ago in qualifying for the Rocket League Championship Series. Devo with a dribble down. He's not done yet. Tries to take the shot towards Snasky, but it's sent away. The 1v1 plays been supporting FNATIC all day. And here coming over the top, Devo not going to make contact. Down the field, they have to get this ball back down and score quickly if they want to dream of equalizing. But Siki and Snasky, they've got all the control. It'll fly back down the field. You saw the record from FNATIC. They went 7-0 in the rival series. They beat Secret earlier to make it 8-0, and they're going to make it 9 series straight on the RLCS stage here. With 10 seconds left, up by 3, it's FNATIC qualifying for the RLCS.
When they didn't get in from the open qualifiers, Snasky took it to heart. He just had a vengeance out that he was going to get back in, and he wasn't going to stay in the rival series, and he really rang true and lived up to all the hype that he built for himself.
And this is, I want to see if this happens. We're about to have such a poetic kind of just bookend formula here. Team Envy started the series off 3-0 and then 2-0, and we're to end the series with FNATIC winning 2-0 and then 3-0. They were able to shut out Envy equally here as they qualify. Well done to FNATIC. Welcome to the Rocket League Championship Series.
Oh, baby, they missed it so much, and so glad that they're back in. It just didn't feel right without Snasky representing the European region in RLCS. I'm so excited to watch them again, but I'm also equally excited to see who's going to drop down to the rival series, because Envy possibly could happen.
It absolutely couldn't. At this point, it's 2 RLCS teams playing each other. One of the RLCS teams has to go down to the rival series for this season of RLCS and EU here, as we've already had a rival team qualify in FNATIC. So, will it be Secret? Will it be Envious? What does the desk think about this crazy series? Let's find out all that and more as we go back to Axel Toss.
That was an awesome series, all the way to 7 games. And Envy falls to FNATIC. FNATIC is into RLCS next season. I'm already looking at Twitter really quick to see some quick reactions. Only seeing a tweet from Maestro so far. He just said, very important win with the heart. So very, very simple message there from Maestro. I'll keep an eye on the FNATIC guys, but they have to be feeling amazing right now. It's such a huge deal getting into RLCS, and they're able to do it over the defending world champions Envy. They got to be feeling great. Let's take a look at the Mobile One High Performance replay and take another look at that one. A series that seemed well in control of Team Envy, but somehow, someway, FNATIC able to bring it back.
It took FNATIC a while, though.
It did.
First 2 games completely shut out. It looked like their offense was just not going to show up for this entire series. A huge Game 3 win really helped them get back on the board, and Envy bounced back, but eventually FNATIC, and it's the same old story. They win 3 games in a row to avoid elimination, win a series. That's how the leftovers made it to the World Championship last time.
Yeah, it wasn't even just their offense that was missing. It was everything. They were overcommitting like crazy, huge defensive blunders time and time again, but they somehow were able to bring it all back together, and just in time, really, on their last legs. Just such a comeback. Probably one of the best performances and mid-series adaptations I've seen from a team in the Rocket League.
That Game 5 was so big. FNATIC wins 3-2. 2 of the goals were Maestro dunking on Greasy, the player that Envy was like, so we think Greasy is better than you, Maestro. I'm sorry, he has more LAN experience now. And Maestro's like, hold on a second, we still have a chance here. We're still alive.
Where were those Remco dunks?
Sure, there was no Remco. It would have been amazing if I actually called that, but Maestro played amazing. I'm really happy for him, because that's definitely one he was marking on the calendar, this matchup. He wants to beat his former team.
Oh, yeah.
He felt like he deserved to stay on that team, so well done from him, and well done to all those boys to make it back into the RLCS.
And we can still see some Remco dunks as they're playing. Envy is playing again against Sacred in the next match. Before we go to the next match, though, I want to go to Twitter really quick, because we were getting some reactions from FNATIC. Snasky saying, Lego? Lego? Is it like the...
He's probably talking about Stranger Things too, you know.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Or
he
season
says
2.
Lego, I'm not sure.
Lego my ego.
We had a reaction from Maestro. He said, I just had to wake up. So that was the explanation for the comeback. And then Siki tweeted, yay, we back, with a smiley face. So congratulations once again to FNATIC advancing to RLCS the next season. But we have one more match today in this RLCS promotion tournament for the European region, and it's Envy going up against Secret. An incredibly important match for these two teams. Secret fell earlier today. Can they bring it back and pull off the upset? Can Envy remain in the RLCS? We're going to find out next.